Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to my podcast. This episode is going to be so fun one because we are going to talk about the most asked question, and that is how to create content that converts as a faceless business owner. Now honestly, it's easier than you think. You don't need any fancy schmancy funnel. You don't need a 10-step content system. You don't even need that pretty aesthetic feed. You only need three things that I am about to share in this podcast episode. And let me be very honest, it's easy. But you need to still put in the effort, right? And the number one is going to shock you because chances are you have never heard of it, and even if you have heard of it, you never thought that this is important. But according to research, most buyers look for this very specific thing in order to make a purchase decision. So I can't wait for you to listen to this and implement everything. After you are done listening, I want you to take a screenshot and tag me in your Instagram stories with a takeaway so I can create more such juicy fun episodes for you. Now, first off, I have built a faceless brand from scratch in September 2025 that helped me go from being someone who was almost invisible, even after creating content consistently, posting every single day, engaging with others, to becoming someone who is seen by her ideal clients. It leads every single week, sign high paying clients, work with the most incredible women, and is talked about in communities that she is not even a part of. And no, I am not new to content creation and marketing. I have already built a multi six-figure business once, and I built it again from scratch in 2025 after losing it. So this is not to brag about myself, but this is to show you that I know a thing or two about faceless marketing. I am pretty sure if you are listening to this episode, you already know faceless marketing works. But chances are that you are just not sure how to make it work for your unique business. You might be creating content consistently, providing value, educating your audience, and you might even try to sell your offers. But the thing is that it is not translating into consistent sales. Some weeks you do get a few leads from random posts that you have no idea how to replicate, and other times you just post and pray. But you know that is not a sustainable approach, right? Because it will keep you stuck in this feast and famine cycle. Your marketing will just become a guessing game that will keep you so drained, exhausted, stressed out, and being a busy Muslimah, I know you don't want that. I know you want simplicity. I know you want marketing and business to be simple. This does not mean you are not ready to put in the effort, right? But the thing is that you don't want to waste your time on things that are not getting you closer to the results or the goals that you want to achieve, right? So, the number one thing is you need to build connection. Yes, now people can't see your face, but they still need to feel connected to you before they decide to buy from you. This does not mean you have to record and show your whole life on social media or use fake stock images and videos, because honestly, that is an absolute trust killer. So you should always try to use your own photos, pictures of objects or things that showcase your own personality, or just use your brand colors, because we are no longer in the era where people are looking for these perfectly curated feeds. So, this again does not mean that your feed should look messy and unprofessional. No, that is not what we are trying to say. What I am trying to say is that your feed should look like you. It should communicate who you truly are. So, this means you need to give your audience a reason to connect with you as a person. The easiest way to do that is by showcasing your personal and brand values. This means that you have to invite people into your world and show them how you perceive things. You can do this through Instagram stories or by creating polarizing fun, spicy content that is a bit controversial. So that might get you some hate comments because a lot of people won't agree with that. But this is going to help you connect with the right kind of people. Now, the way I do this is by showing glimpses of my personality and my values through my Instagram stories. I often share things that have literally nothing to do with my business. For instance, a shoe I bought for my father or a mini vacation I took to go to my friend's wedding. Now, this would look so random. This would look like a very personal detail, but I do share that. Why? Because it showcases the values. I always tie them back to my unique values. For instance, I love spending money on meaningful things that bring care and goodness to the people around me. So that little gift was an example to showcase that. Or I have built a simple business that allows me to slow down whenever I want. So that mini vacation to go to my friend's wedding was actually something that was showcasing the value that I love to have a business that allows me to choose how I want to live my life. So, this is how you can also create content that is going to showcase your values. And believe me, this is going to help you connect with the right kind of people. This is going to get you a lot of engagement, and this is going to make you look like a real human, right? And you don't even need to show your face, but you are showcasing something that is valuable to you and that is relatable to other people. So you will attract the right kind of people and they will see themselves in your content. Now, another way I do this is by creating polarizing content that helps me build connection with my dream clients. Now, I know this might feel a bit uncomfortable if you are just getting started. You might feel a bit afraid to even talk about these things, but believe me, it is super important, and this is going to make a world of difference in your marketing because people can see that you are a leader, you have some unique values, and you stand by them, right? So that help you create a movement, that help you build the right kind of community, right? For instance, I created a post on the reasons I don't share income screenshots. Now, this was very controversial. I explained exactly why I don't share income screenshots even as a marketing or a copywriting strategist. So this type of content is so good for filtering your people because it will attract the right kind of people and repel the wrong ones, because you are not going to please everyone anyway. You don't have to stress about people who unfollow you, don't like your content, or people who just decide to stop consuming your content because they are not your ideal clients anyway, right? So the thing is that you don't have to be offensive and rude or negative. The thing is that you just have to own your values. You just have to speak about them so people start recognizing you for your values and they can see that you are the person who is trustworthy and can lead other people. People love investing in people who are confident, can lead other people. So this is why it is super important for you to infuse that type of content into your marketing. This shows that you are authentic, you stand for something, and authenticity is so important right now more than ever. People are just so craving for it. So this is going to help you stand out in 2026 and beyond. Now, another type is trust building content. Connection building content is going to help you grab the attention and connect with the right people. But this is not directly going to translate into sales. What you need is nurturing content. But in order to make people closer to buying, you need to nurture your audience. The easiest way to do that is by creating problem awareness content and embodiment content. This is where you showcase your knowledge. You show people why they need to trust you. This is where you show them why they are experiencing what they are experiencing and how you are going to help them solve this exact problem. This makes people see that you are an expert who can solve their problem, right? Trust is super important when it comes to sales, and especially when you are trying to sell high priced offer. People need to trust you in order to make a purchase from you. So once the trust is there, then conversion becomes easy. You don't have to convince people, trip them to embarrass, lead with fear. The third type of content is where you convert the people. Now that you have grabbed attention with the connection building or the top of the funnel content, then you have shown your authority and nurtured your leads. You gave people the glimpse of what it's like to be in your world, and now it's time to make it super easy for people to actually move. Now, this is exactly where conversion content comes in, but only relying on this type of content is not going to change anything. You need to follow all these different types of content in order to actually convert your audience. So this is where you actually address the common objections and fears that your ideal clients might have. That is going to make it super easy for them to move forward, make them say that yes, she is the person that I can trust. So the point is that you have to make it easy, you have to make them feel comfortable. And when you create that feeling, this means that you need to create objection handling and social proof content. This is where you are going to address the common objections and fears that people might have in the back of their head that they are not mentioning in the conversations, but these are some fears that are in their head, and so you have to address them in your content. And then you also have to infuse social proof, where you are going to showcase that you have helped other people solve the exact same problem that you are promising them to solve. When you do this, then eventually people are going to trust you. When you infuse all of these different types of content in your marketing, you actually stand out in your industry. Now, apart from the strategy, you also need killer messaging that speaks to buyers who need no convincing, who are already looking for solutions like yours, but they haven't found you yet. Now, the good news is inside the Standout membership, I teach you how to implement this strategy step by step by using the 3-step funnel to convert views into sales. Now, if you don't want to waste months trying to learn from free resources, and you want a customized strategy that works for your unique business so you can finally create content that sells on repeat, then DM me membership on Instagram to join, and I would be so happy to support you. Or if you want to get access to the content strategy training alone without signing up for the full membership, you can definitely do that. Just DM me on Instagram and I will share the links with you. All right, I will see you soon. I hope you enjoyed